Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel ServiceNow Universe. Hope you all are doing well. Today in this session we'll discuss about the content service and the content library in software asset management, that is sampro in ServiceNow. First we'll understand the content service with the help of flow, and then we'll set up the content service in the ServiceNow instance, and we'll see how the data flows from content service to ServiceNow and from ServiceNow to the content service. Okay. So let's go to the PDF here. Okay. This is the first part is content library portal. We are not discussing that in this video. I'll create a separate video for that. Basically, this content library portal is nothing but a visibility to access the data in a different view. Actually, currently we see the data in the native UI. For example, let me just go here. Mm, If I go to this table, okay. Now the content library updates this table, right? In our previous video we have discussed that. So this table we are seeing in the native UI now. Okay, with the help of content library portal we can see that in a different UI, that is agent workspace UI. And there are some other capabilities as well. We can discuss that in our upcoming video. Okay, but today we'll discuss about content service. Okay, and I'll attach this file in the description so you can go through this again. Okay, now the software asset management content service is nothing but a repository of software product names, or PPNs or discovery maps, which we discussed in our previous previous video. And this content service, what it will do is it will send us those data to the ServiceNow instance. Now, how it sends, how it is connected, that we'll see later. Okay, to this image will come later. Let's go to here. Okay. Okay, now this is the flow when we don't opt for content service. Okay, this is flow of content data without opting for content service. Now, what is opting for content service? I have that flow here. When we opt for content service, what will happen? But what is opting for content service? When we opt for content service, we are saying that we are sending the data from ServiceNow instance to the content service. Okay, now if we don't opt for the data, then we'll receive the data from content service to ServiceNow instance. Okay, if we opt, then both ways are possible. We are sending the data from ServiceNow instance to content service, and from content service to ServiceNow instance. Okay, but if we don't opt for content service, then only the data comes from content service to the ServiceNow instance. Okay, now how it comes, let's see that. Okay, there is a schedule job called SAM, apply latest content changes. Okay, and this runs weekly, and it tries to download the data from the content library. Okay, now what is the data stored in the content library? That is new data here. What is new data? For example, Microsoft launches some new application, for example XYZ. Okay, Microsoft is a famous publisher. Okay, this is the XYG application it has released. That is a new application. The research team is there in the content service. Okay, there is a content service research team. That team researches about the new applications or new softwares, and that data is put in the content library database. Okay, content library is nothing but a database, and content service is nothing but the service offered by the service node to load the data from the content library. Okay, now here we have new data. Microsoft launches the new software that is stored in the content library. This is first. And second is for example the other customers. Okay, for example the other company, for other customers have uh, sent some request when they opt for content service. That will understand in our next flow. Okay, currently you just understand that some other customers have sent some data to content service for validation, and that data after validation is put in the content library. We will see what is that in the next flow. Okay, now that data comes to here ServiceNow instance through this schedule job. Okay, this schedule job, when it runs, it triggers the REST API to fetch the data from the content library. Okay, now as this runs weekly, it only gets the data which is added in this week, that is the delta in this week. Okay, now when the data is fetched here, when the data is downloaded, okay, it tries to identify the changes. Okay, what is present already in the service now, and what data we have received. Okay, it tries to identify the changes. When the changes are identified, for example it has received, for example, 100 software products. Out of that 100, 50 are already present. Then it identifies that only 50 needs to be created. Okay, or in the 50 which are already present, if there is some changes in the some fields, then it identifies that and try to update that. Okay, now based on the changes identified, either it creates or updates the data in the sampro tables. Okay, now the sampro tables are software publisher table is there, software product table is there, this entitlement definition is nothing but a discovery map table, and this product definition is nothing but a ppn table. Okay, to understand that about the tables, you can watch my previous video on sampro, so you will understand that. Okay, now these tables are populated. Okay, now after these tables are populated, there is a table called sam content audit. Okay, this table stores the audit data which is coming from the content library. Okay, now software product table has updated, and at what time it is updated, or at what time the record is created. Okay, and what is the old value, what is the new value, it stores that. So let me just go to that table. uh, Let me go here. Okay, currently this is dev instance. So in dev instance, that content service is not will not work actually. It works only in customer instances. Okay, this is my PDI, so it does not work here. But here, as a normal audit table, sys audit table, this is also same. Which table? For example, product table, which is the field. What is the old value? What is new value? What is the sys ID of that? And when it is updated. So all that data will be stored here when that schedule job runs. Okay, when that schedule job runs. So this is how the data comes from content library or from content service to ServiceNow. Okay. Okay, and here is the document reference. You can go to this link, and you can check the ServiceNow documentation here. Okay. Now let's go to the other flow. When we opt for content service, what will happen? Okay, now we have opted for content service. So let's go to ServiceNow instance, and let's see first how we can opt. Okay, now I'll go to the filter navigator, and I'll just say content service. Okay, there is a content service setup here under software asset administration. So let me just click on that. Okay, now here your company has opted out for the ServiceNow software asset management content service program because we have not yet opted in, right? So here there is a checkbox, we need to check it, and we need to opt in. Okay, so let me just click on opt in. Okay, now here when we opt in, we are saying what data we need to send to content service. This is software discovery models. So do we want to send that? If yes, what are discovery models? We have already discussed that in our previous video. With this discovery model itself, the product names and all will be sent to the content service. Okay, so if you want to send that, then this will be checked. If you don't want that to be sent, then we can just uncheck this. Okay, same like a product product lifecycle. Okay, or publisher part number or discovery maps if you want to send, and process names. Okay, if you don't want to send these, then we can then uncheck, and we can just save this. Okay, and at any time we don't want to be opted in, we just want to opt out, then we can just click on here to opt out, will be opted out. Okay, so this is how we can opt in or opt out using the content service setup module. Okay, now let's go back to the flow. Okay, now when we opted in, okay, when we opt in, there is a job called sam software asset management premium content upload. Okay, now what it does is it just fetches the data. Okay, in the discovery model, okay, we have unnormalized data, partially normalized data, and normalized, partially normalized or manually normalized data. Okay, so this data will be sent to uh, the content service. Okay, now let me just go and opt. So this we are talking about discovery models here. Okay, so if discovery models is checked, then it will fetch this data. Okay, unnormalized, partial normalized, and manual normalized. So let me just go to discovery model table, discovery models. Okay, yeah, here this is manually normalized data, right? So this data will be sent to ServiceNow. Okay, we'll talk about discovery model normalization in our upcoming video. Okay, how the discovery model gets normalized. Okay, so that will see. Okay, and using content library, this discovery model normalization rate will increase. Okay, that also we'll see how it will increase. Okay, so that will be sent. And next, the custom software products which we have created and custom ppns which we have created. Okay, now let me just go here, samp underscore custom underscore sw underscore product. Okay. This is the custom software product table, right? Now, what data will be sent to ServiceNow? Let me just go back and open its parent table, SW and product. Okay. So this is the parent table. Okay. When the data from the content service is received, that will be inserted here in this table. Okay. Software product. The data from this table will not go to content service when we opt in. Okay. When I click on new, that time also we can notice it opens the custom software product table. Okay. So data in this table, this samp underscore sw underscore product table will be created by the content library itself. Okay. Okay, now the data here, this is the custom software product. So this data will be sent to ServiceNow. Okay, when this job runs, it fetches the custom software products that will be sent to where content service. Okay, for what we are sending, we are saying for Adobe Publisher there is a new product. Okay, product name itself is a new product. Just validate this. Okay, just validate this whether this is the valid product or not. Okay, so that, for that we are sending that to content service. Okay, content service will validate that and it will return that. Okay, now if we don't want to send this product, for example, this is created in content sorry, let me just go back. This is created in custom product table, but I don't want to send this. Okay, custom software product table, it is created, this record is there, but I don't want to send it to the content service, then I can use this check mark. Okay, in our previous video we talked about this. So if we check this exclude from content service, then this schedule job will not pick that record. Okay, if this is unchecked, then it will be picked and sent to content service. Okay, same goes with the custom ppn as well. If we go to part numbers, yeah, custom part numbers table is there. Okay, if you open this, there is also a checkbox here, exclude from content service. Okay, and if we go to discovery models, I think we have, yeah, discovery models are there. So let me open a discovery model. Okay, you see we have that exclude from content service here as well. Okay, so if we exclude it, then it will not be fetched uh, in this through this schedule job, and it will not be sent to content service. Okay, if it is unchecked, then it will be sent. Now when to check this? For example, uh, uh, so in our company we are using some application which is specific to our own company. Okay, it is not required it is not necessary to be used by others, it is only specific to our company. Then I don't want to send it to content service, because if I send it to content service, then that will be that will reach to the content library, and from content library it will go to all the customers who are using sampro. Okay, that's why I don't want our software product to be kept in the content library. Then I need to exclude that here. Okay, so the excluded software products or excluded ppns or discovery models will not be fetched. The others one will be fetched and sent securely to the content service. Okay, now the data will be received. Okay, now there is a research team here. The research team will receive the data from the customer instance. Okay, now we are sending the data from here, so this is only one customer instance here, example we have taken, but this can be many. For example, there might be many customers using the sampro, right? There might be many customers using the content service setup. Okay, so all the customers will send the data to here, to the research team for the content service. Okay, now the research team will fetch the data which is sent from the customer instance. Then they will just do the research. Okay, and if they see that that is the valid product and that is the valid ppn, then what they will do, they'll validate that, and after validation they'll put it in content library. Okay, and along with that, research team validates the new data as well, like we talked about Microsoft XYZ in our previous example. So they will do research about the new uh, softwares as well, and they will put it in the content library. Okay, now here only one example we have took, but to content service many requests will be received. Okay, this is one way of sending the data to the research team. Okay, the other way we'll discuss again. Okay, now in the content library we have our own custom software product and custom ppn, which if it is validated, then it will be received in the content library. Okay, now again, that weekly job will run. In our first example we discussed, right, that apply latest content changes, that will run, that will download the data, it identifies the changes, and based on the identification it updates the data and it again audits the data here. Okay, so this is how the data will be sent from customer instance to the content service, and from content service back it will be received and added to the tables here in the ServiceNow instance. Okay. Okay, now this is the first way of sending the data to content service. Okay, we'll opt for content service and we'll send the data from custom tables to the content service. Okay, and the second way is we can create the high ticket. Okay, we can go to high portal and we can just raise the case here. Okay, with the case type is request and case category is item content library, and the subject should be like this: item content service content request. Okay, here we can just write for example, if I want to add a new software product, for example. Okay, uh, the name will give the information, the name of the software product, the ppn for that software product, what is the publisher and all. So everything will we should mention here, and we should send that to the content library. Okay, sorry, we should submit the request. Okay, now this request will be again processed by research team. Okay, the research team will get the data added in this case, and they will process it and they will complete the case. Okay, if the data is valid, then again they will add it to content library. Okay, when the data is added to the content library in our next schedule job. Okay, when this schedule job runs in its next week, then that data will be fetched back and added to the ServiceNow instance in these tables. Okay, so we can send the data in two ways. Okay, okay, now let's scroll to the top and see, let's see the image which we have skipped earlier. Okay, now here we can see the customer instances on the left side. Okay, there are many customer instances. We in our examples in our flow we discussed below, we have discussed with only one customer instance. Okay, but there are multiple customer instances here. Okay, now what they will send is the unrecognized procurement data. Procurement data is nothing but the software product, the custom software product, ppn, discovery maps and all. Okay, which we discussed in our previous video. Okay, you can watch my previous video, I'll put the link in the description. Okay, and it will send the unrecognized discovery data. Okay, and it will send the lifecycle data. We have not discussed about the lifecycle data in any of our video, but I'll create a separate video for the lifecycle data. Okay, now there is a research team here. That research team validates it. If the validates, then validated updates will be put it in the content library. Okay, now from the content library, these library updates will be received back to the customer instances. Okay, so the data will be sent from the customer instance to the research team. The research team will validate it and put it in the content library, and those validated updates will be received back to the customer instances. This is what we have discussed, right? Okay, so we have here machine learning normalization. So we'll not go through that much now, but I'll create a separate video for discovery model normalization. The data which is received back from content library to the customer instances, how that helps in normalizing the discovery models. So that we'll see in our upcoming video. Okay. Okay, so this is all about content service and content library. I hope you understood this concept. If so, then please like the video and share the video. And if you have any questions, then write it in comments and I'll try to answer that. And if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Thank you.